Hello, it's 10 p.m. December 13th, 2020. Welcome to the weather update. For right now, over our area, temperatures are in the upper 40s. It was quite a warm day today. If we look at the temperatures today, instead of doing this, we'll just look over this. You'll see that there's a winter storm watch in effect for western parts of our area. And that is and a winter weather advisory too. And this is for the storm for tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, for Monday. Yes. So winter. We have a precipitation event tomorrow that we got to talk about, and then the more intense possibility of a storm on Wednesday. But we still don't know exactly what's going to happen with that. But we'll just go with the high was today. So right now it's 47. We got up to 63 today, so it's quite a warm day today. Westerly winds, sun and some high clouds. Quite a warm, again, quite a mild day, which is kind of hard to believe that we're going to go from this to a possible mix of rain and snow tomorrow, and possibly even more substantial storm for later Wednesday into Thursday. So this is what the timeline has for. I mean, not really much is the timeline that the weather service has for today. All right, so for tomorrow, I meant. So looking at the satellite, see clouds kind of advancing, and we go ahead and we look at the larger picture here. CONUS view, so you get a chance to see what's going on across the whole country. You can see this is the first system that we'll be dealing with tomorrow, and then this will be system number 2. So system number 1 is over here, and this is system number 2. All right, and system number 2 is the one that we've got to watch most importantly. Not so much system 1, because we don't really have a big blocking high to the north yet. So we don't have that feature in yet. That's going to put us at risk for the snow. So see, cross area temperatures are in the 40s. But you can see it's starting to get colder, so we're starting to see some colder air off to the north and west already. So say goodbye to those above normal temperatures. We won't be seeing them for a while. So I know some of you are not happy about that, but after all, it is December, and this was bound to happen. So there's the low right there. We'll start with the upper air here on the GFS. It's the 18Z GFS, and you'll see this trough here start to make its way eastward, and you could sort to see it's sort of separate. There's the northern stream, there's the southern stream. It won't be an intense storm, but it will bring enough to perhaps bring us some snow. Well, I don't think we're going to see an accumulation on Long Island, but north and west of the area, there could be an inch or two. And then that moves away, and then we have this much bigger system that comes into play here. This is the much bigger system that comes into play. You can see it doesn't really look all that strong on this. This is the GFS here. It doesn't look like a huge, strong system, but there's colder air that's going to be building in, and that colder air with this system is gonna give us that chance for some snow. That system finally moves away, and then we start to see a little more of a somewhat ridging, but then more troughing. So still have some troughs and some ridges passing through. It's one thing you're seeing this upper air pattern. It's changing very quickly. There's a couple of troughs in there, and it's a very active pattern that we're in. We'll switch to the European here. See, there's that weak system there. This is the storm system now for Thursday. What's unusual about this, though, is that of the split nature of the jet stream. It's not like you have two jet streams here. It's a very unusual setup. because the jet stream has got a split nature. If we take this out, we take this into the North American view, you can just see it just has a very somewhat disorganized nature to everything. But things that do work in favor for cold and storminess in the east is the low pressure off Greenland, the ridge here. So you got the ridge over here. So it helps pushing that cold air southward. And you can see you get little pieces of it from time to time. So you can see it's just a lot of waviness, a lot of undulations, and a lot of split jet streams going on. If we look at the upper air, 250, you'll see what I mean. Still very split jet streams. This isn't the kind of pattern where we're going to get a lot of Arctic air per se, but it will be cold at times. So let's go back to the CONUS region and look at the surface map. So here's our first storm system right now. It's over the southeast. It's going to be making its way offshore tomorrow, over, looks like, off Virginia, the coast of Virginia. And not that much cold air, so it's probably going to be mostly rain for us tomorrow. Probably not all that heavy rain either. That moves away. This high builds in here. This is going to bring in some colder air from eastern Canada. And then here is the second system taking shape Wednesday. And you can see it starts taking shape Wednesday night, and Thursday, and it tracks in such a way that the GFS has been very consistent with this to keep that line, that rain-snow line, very close to us, but to have heavy precipitation near or just over our area. This would be through Thursday morning, and it finally moves away. You can still see that high is kind of sitting in place there, right? So this is what the GFS does with this storm. I'm not sure. We take a closer look at it. And you can see here the GFS has been just very consistent with this track. Okay, taking it on that track, literally in the offshore track, just brings some really heavy snow perhaps over our area or just to the north of our area. Now, first look at the first storm system. This is the first one that's going to be affecting us tomorrow. Probably won't be any heavy rain for us. Heavier rain further south, probably mostly lighter precipitation. As far as snowfall goes, got the total snowfall in the GFS. It's not really going to give us much of any snowfall. The snow would mainly be to the north and the west. It's mainly going to be more of a rainfall event. Total rainfall. So if you look at the total accumulated precip, you'll see over our area we'd probably get around a quarter to an inch to a half an inch of rain. But to the south of us, they'd be seeing closer to 1 inch of rain, especially from Toms River on southward. When we look at the temperatures here, you'll see the cooler air moving in. So it'll be a cold rain tomorrow, but it'll still be above freezing, so it'll still be rain, temperatures in the mid-30s. And then it drops off starting tomorrow night. And then Tuesday, we're only in the mid to upper 30s, so it's going to be pretty chilly on Tuesday. And then that sets the stage for the cold air to kind of be dammed into place with this low to the south and the northeast winds, but it all depends. Ocean temperatures are still fairly warm, so those winds have to have more of a northerly component than an easterly component if you want to keep the cold air, enough cold air in place to keep the precipitation. Snow, here's Thursday, still staying cold. Very cold night, Thursday night. Friday, we rise up into the mid-30s. I mean, it won't be record-breaking cold, but it'll be cold air, you know. Probably not Arctic air, per se, but it'll be cold enough. But it all depends on the winds. We'd have to look at the look at dew point. I think dew point will. Let's look at the wind actually. Yeah. So let's look at the wind here. This kind of shows us the wind for tomorrow. I don't think we'll be seeing any snow, but it's the system for. You can see we got that north flow setting up. It's that system there. See how it's going easterly? If the wind's easterly like that, I just don't see how it's not going to change terrain on Long Island. But you can see we're also going to be experiencing a lot of wind too with the storm system too as well. It will be a coastal nor'easter type of storm. So even if you don't get the snow, we will be getting some wind, typical nor'easter type of deal. There, so do have a few other models we can look at in regards to the precipitation. So let's start with the NAM. No, leave it there. I didn't mean to change it. So we start with tomorrow's system here. Got a weaker system. You could see again, snow to our north. Could be in Connecticut. Could be but still it won't be that much. An inch maybe. 2 further north. It's going to be mostly rain for most of us. Temperatures will just be too warm. That system moves away. You can start seeing the isobars. It's going to get breezy and colder Tuesday. Here's that high building in, and then here's the system, the second system here. This is the NAM, and the NAM the NAM literally has that line almost right over us. So I don't see how it's not going to mix with rain across our area. As we get closer to the storm, we'll know exactly what's going to happen. But it is definitely going to be a close. Somebody within the New York metro area will see a decent amount of snow from this. And as far as Long Island goes, you're more likely to see that decent amount northern and western parts of Long Island, say from Huntington, Smithtown, along the North Shore. Less on the South Shore and the East End, and even less probably along the New Jersey shore. But this is what the NAM shows as far as the snow goes. And as far as snowfall totals go, this would be what the NAM would put down for snowfall totals. Could be a little high. Again, don't use these. They're wildly inaccurate this far out. This is just to give you a general idea of what's likely, of what's the high. This is the high end. All right. In fact, I want to go in and just want to move this back before the storm, because it is adding on top of what this is putting down for tomorrow. You see, to the north and west, it's putting down an inch or two, but nothing for us as well. All right, because again, the cold air is just not there for tomorrow's event, but it will be for Wednesday night into Thursday. Temperature is going to be much lower, and that's going to mean a much more favorable environment. But we're not there yet. The storm is just on the west coast. Again, this is the storm all the way over here. All right, hasn't even gotten that close yet. Right, and what it's going to do is it's going to transfer its energy to a coastal low, which hasn't even formed yet. So you still have a long ways to go before this thing hits, and it's going to be hard to say, have an idea until I would say Tuesday night. We'll have an idea when we can actually say how much snow we're going to get from this. I want to go back to the GFS here. The GFS has been pretty solid in. This is the GFS snowfall, by the way. The GFS has been pretty solid in this storm as far as its track, and it's been consistent. I want to look at some other parameters on this GFS here. It's not what I want, actually. Yeah, that's what I want. 850 temp. This is another way we can look at it. Just kind of shows you. Here's your storm right here. You can see it has that due east wind, but it has the temperatures at 850 below zero all the way down here. So that would be cold enough for snow. But still, with an east wind and water temperatures around 50, I think that the model's just maybe a little too gung-ho on the snow. But I think that chances are, if we can get a decent amount of snow out of this, we can get a white Christmas, or at least snow around Christmas time. So, we'll go look at the sky conditions here. And there are a couple of other models I suppose I could look at, but let's go to the sky conditions here. So obviously plenty of clouds around tomorrow. We should get some sun on Tuesday, and then high clouds increase, and then we'll be dealing with clouds Wednesday, Thursday. Friday maybe we finally get out of those clouds a little bit. Maybe for the weekend we'll have some clearer skies. Maybe, but you know, it's hard to really look at the NAM as well with that. Because you are going to have this high building in, and this high, the strength of this high kind of depends on what happens with the low. So you can see the high builds in, tries to clear it, gives us clear skies, but it looks like we're going to be dealing with cirrus on Tuesday. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll have clear skies, and then the clouds start rolling in. Another model we can look at is the RGEM model. Well, this is the sky with a sky cover. And then I can also look at the Canadian models. This is the RGEM model. A little more optimistic for Tuesday being mostly sunny day. But cold. Highs only in the mid to upper 30s. Which is a little bit below normal for this time of the year, but not by that much. Normal highs are now supposed to only be in the low 40s. Let me look at the CMC. And let me put this back to the precipitation here. So we can look at the Canadian model on this. This is the Canadians. The Canadian and the GFS are kind of similar to each other. With the way the track is and how much has the heavy snow around. No, this is not going to be a blizzard. People are throwing around the word blizzard. It's not going to be a blizzard. But this could be the first significant snowfall that we've seen in a while for our area. Another model we can look at is the ICON model as well. It's the 18Z ICON model. Now the ICONs wants to bring that rain snow line a little more, which would hold down the snow totals. If this track were to verify here, it all depends on the strength of this high and the position of this high up here. If the longer it holds, the more it's going to keep the air temperatures down. But if the winds go more east, that could bring in more snow. Again, if we look at the winds, you will see that the wind barbs are coming in from the east. And if the wind barbs are coming in from the east, it's coming in off the water, and I don't see how that can support snow on Long Island. That's why I don't understand why the GFS is having it snow so much when the wind is from the east over Long Island. I just don't understand that quite, why it's doing that. So we're going to look at another site, windy.com. This is the European. No. What now? It wants. Now they got Windy Premium. They'll tell me it's going to start charging me now for getting information. Oh, I see. It's just 3 times better resolution for it. They just want me. It's another way for them to make money if they can ever stop. All right, so let's go into Wednesday. Here it is, Wednesday, 1 p.m. Looking at the European. Let's look at the temperatures here. So you can see the temperatures, 30s. So you can see where there's warmer air over Suffolk and then colder air off to the north and the west. This is by 8 p.m. Let's see if we can look at the weather. I don't want clouds though, I want the actual weather. Alright, so this is rain, thunder. Alright, this is the snow. This would be the snow. So this only gives me a very general. Next 3 days. Let's go to next 5 days. That's way too much. There's way too much. Saying 14.7 at Riverhead. There's no way it's going that high. So it's only going to give us a general little bit. This is the European, which is the other model that's been very gung-ho on this storm. And this is what it looks like on the European here. So with the European, the GFS have been gung-ho, but again, if we look at the winds, go to wind here, still see that easterly component. Let that east. How can you have heavy snow with all 50-degree ocean temperature water with that? I just don't understand that. So this is where I'm kind of disagreeing with the models a little bit, and that's why I think some people are jumping the gun a little bit with this storm. Some of these winds are pretty impressive, though. Look at some of these winds here that we may be dealing with. With the center that close and ocean temperatures that warm, to have it stay all snow on Long Island, I don't know if I agree with that. We'll have a much better idea as time goes on. Obviously, I know this is what everyone is thinking about right now, is this storm. But it is still a ways off. We have to get through tomorrow's event first. But like I said, tomorrow's event won't be all. Let me go back to models here. Go back to the Tropical Tidbits site here. Tomorrow's event will not be all that much to be concerned about. It's the big storm is for Wednesday night into Thursday. So I'm going to look at the HRRR here. The 0 is the HRRR for tomorrow. So it gives us an idea of what will happen for tomorrow. So we have the rain start, and it looks like it's going to be steady rain right through the afternoon. Becoming lighter as you get toward the late afternoon hours, 4 or 5 o'clock, just start tapering off. And then it's going to start turning colder with those northwest winds. You see those tight isobars with that high building down right there, as you see. So there's that high building down, and the temperatures will drop by then. So if you look at that temperatures, you'll see we start off tomorrow. We already start off chilly, and we're only going to be probably in the mid to upper 30s to around 40 tomorrow night. It drops, gets cold, and then for Tuesday, we're only in the 30s, mid 30s. You can see, look at that cold air right off to the north. So this is some pretty chilly air. It's from eastern Canada, and you get that north wind. A lot of it's going to have to depend on the wind component. With more of a north wind, we're going to see more snow. With more of an east wind, we see more mixing with rain and heavier precipitation. So we'll have to see what exactly happens here with the storm. There's a lot of factors at play, but it's too early to jump the gun and say we're going to have a huge snow fall in our area. But all I will say is that we are going to see a decent chance for a significant snow. It could be 3 inches, it could be 5 inches, it could even be 8 inches. I don't think we'll see like a foot. I don't think that's going to happen. But we've hardly had any snow at all lately, so anything is going to seem like a lot, especially after last winter, which we hardly had any snow at all. And if we do manage to get a decent snowfall, it would really make it more likely that we'll have a white Christmas. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Take care, and thank you for watching.